Welcome back everyone to our gameplay series of Farming Simulator 19. So we're back here on our new Estancia Lapacho map, or the South American map is probably the more common way I've seen it referred to for those who are like me and have trouble pronouncing that. So we're back. Work on field number 1 is done. We have wheat that has just been planted. So now it is time to work on field number 2. Now field number 2 is at least twice the size, if not closer to 3 times the size of field 1. So we're going to get done as much as we can on that field in today's video, and then we'll work our way from there. Let's go ahead and make sure that this guy is all lined up. And I think we actually need to move him over to the left just a touch, because I don't want him to work the same way I do, which is missing stuff on a regular basis. Now, I do plan on coming back over and taking care of some of this on my own. But for right now, we need to get this guy started because we need to hop into our tractor. And actually, let's see, I'm going to use the wheel and pedal set here as I'm trying to get more and more used to it. But we're actually going to come across and head to our silo so that we can sell off the wheat that we have already gotten. So we're going to stay off the field. And we're hopefully going to time this out pretty good so that by the time we can sell this wheat and then get back, we will be about ready to empty this guy. So hopefully our timing works out pretty good. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and move around. I've done just a little bit of landscaping back here. I actually put in an extension to the road. So I mentioned that I would really like the road to come around. So that's what I did. But for right now, we need to come on the other side. And we need to start filling. And we'll take all of the wheat that it's got. So we had talked a little bit about where we're going to sell this and how we're going to sell it at the end of our previous video. And we talked about 2 options. So if we come back in under the wheat, we can see we've got 3 options to sell it. We got transport company, harbor, and bakery. I actually drove up to the transport company, and it is indeed purely for railroad, as I had suspected. So we're not going to get anywhere doing that because we're not really messing with the train. In fact, as I mentioned last time, I haven't even seen the train yet. So we've got harbor and bakery as our 2 choices. And if we come back out to the map, harbor and bakery are both down here to the bottom of the map. So essentially, it's going to be up to us. But I got a feeling that the harbor is going to be by far the easiest, and the easiest to navigate would be my guess. But we're about to find out, because what I'm going to do now is actually tag the harbor, since I'm still very unfamiliar with where I'm going on this map. And we're going to zoom out a little bit. I have found so far that I really enjoy driving outside the tractor a lot more than inside, simply because of the sounds, if nothing else. Alright, so we want to go to the right, I believe is right. Let's actually make this map bigger, and yeah, that's going to be our best option. We could go the other way and it will get us there just the same, but I think it might be just a touch quicker if we head this way. Now, of course, we're also, as we pull back up the map, this is the main road that sort of runs around this base area. All of this land over here to our left is actually good for logging, I would imagine. Not sure how much of it we could possibly use as farmland or as storage property for our equipment in the future, but certainly some trees over there, and hopefully those are the type that you can actually do some logging on. Alright, we see Helper C has a nearly full grain tank. I was hoping that would not be the case. I was hoping we'd have a little bit more time to get back before he was that close, but it looks like that is not going to be the case. So right up here on the right, we've got our harbor. And let's see if we can figure out where we're supposed to dump this grain in order to get our profits. Just like everything else on this map, this is my first time experiencing this. Oh, okay. Looks like it's going to be pretty simple. The sell point is right here. It's not up hidden inside of a building somewhere, which I have seen before. Alright, can we start to do that? We are not. It is our... Alright, come on, game. Are we up on here? Maybe not quite. Maybe not quite. Let's get back in and go a little bit further. There we go. Here I was trying to figure out which button it was, since it doesn't show me when I'm inside the car. Or inside the tractor, rather. Alright, so what do we get? $26,253. Again, that is on easy mode. So that we can hopefully make some money a little quicker so we can continue expanding for the purposes of our series. So let's actually go... Well, I was hoping I might be able to cut across, but the map design is going to keep me from doing that. There's a small bluff there. So we're going to head around the opposite way. And I'm going to continue to look for a way to cut back through here, and it looks like I may have found it. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. We can come out by the storage silo, and this will give me a chance to see what this looks like. And lo and behold, there's our first look at the train. Alright, so here is our storage silo. Alright, and... Okay, that's an interesting silo. Now we have a decision to make. This isn't turning out exactly the way I was hoping. So I tell you what, we're going to try this out and see if this works. I was hoping there would be some sort of cut-through road to get across here. But let's see if we can navigate this area. It'll give us a good chance to see if any of this is going to be usable for us in the future. I'm really liking this map. This is... Oh, is that a bluff? That is a bluff, actually. Let's go ahead and back up a little bit. That's certainly not what I was hoping for, but we're going to try to do this without turning things over. Woo! Okay, that was close. Way too close. And trying to miss all the traffic. Alright, here's our chance. We're going to make a run for it. So by now, our combine should be very full. So once again, that didn't exactly turn out the way I was hoping, but you live and you learn. The joys of operating on a new map. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's see. Let's go around to the right here. And we'll cut up next to field number 3, which is a pretty good size field. Alright, fortunately for us, he is pointed in the right direction so that we won't have any crop destruction. Here we go. Let's go ahead and take what he's got. We'll take it back to the silo, and then we'll come back over, hop in that combine, and take it for a spin. All right, let's get rid of our map. We don't really need the big version of the map there. So yeah, field number 3 will probably be the next one we purchase, simply because of the proximity, and we will slowly try to build out the fields that we're working on to a certain extent. Anyway, we are still just one person working this field. All right, let's take this back over to the silo. But yeah, I would actually prefer to be driving inside the cab. But the sounds and everything just are so much better out here in this view. So for right now, I'm going to stick with this. All right, let's get this dropped off. Once again, no graphical way for me to know which button it is. I'm just going to have to sort of remember. There we go, all done, and let's head back. All right, so far so good. Well, looks like we're going to get over here about at a good time because he's coming to near the end of this particular row. Let's go ahead and hop over into the combine, and we'll let him finish this up, then we'll hop in. For right now, he's still laying down the straw, actually. Where would that stuff be sold? So it looks like there is a barn somewhere. I'm going to let this guy go ahead and make his full turn. Let's see. Can we find the barn? Oh, there it is right there. Okay, so pretty close to us. We'll take that. Now, this is going to be the problem. With me driving this combine, I'm pretty sure that maneuver he just made would lead to crop destruction. So we're going to have to find out about that. We almost went backwards down the hill. Got a little bit of a slope to deal with. All right, so we're going to try this and see if I can go vaguely straight. And not miss anything. That's the biggest thing. Yeah, this is obviously much easier to do from outside than it is inside. Now, in a racing game, I wouldn't even give it a second thought. I'm racing from behind the steering wheel in the cockpit regardless. But here, it's just so much better as far as the environment to do it from outside. All right, so when we get up here and need to turn around, that's going to be a big test. They don't give you a ton of room in between fields, so if you're trying to work multiple fields, then the AI are going to be a good option, because I don't think that they would actually run into each other very often. But as you can see here, this is not an easy turn, and certainly not an easy turn to make. All right, let's actually back up a bit and get going again. So again, I'm going to try not to make a turn on the field the way the AI does, because I do feel like that would lead to the crop destruction. Could be wrong, but I do feel like it would be. It would be nice if the game would give us the benefit of the doubt here, and as long as we're working on the field, then it'd be nice if they didn't have any crop destruction, but not sure about it, so I'm not going to take the chance. Definitely some undulations here in the field. The field itself is not perfectly flat. In fact, that was probably one of the main things that was throwing me off in the last video, was every time you go over, the bumps, and you can see the combine moving around. Every time it does that, it's throwing me off. Oh, look out. Okay, well, there goes the answer to your question. I did not realize we were almost full, and rather than alerting me, it just kept going. So there you can see a little bit of crop destruction right there. And for our purposes, I'm going to go ahead and head over and dump this out myself. And let's see, how are we going to do this? I'm going to have to back up, aren't I? So let's see how good of a job I can do at this without turning around so that I can actually see something. Is it going to work? Maybe just barely? There we go. That's all I needed. Just a little bit of an opening there so that we can... I'm going to have to pay a lot more attention, apparently, going forward when we get closer to a full tank. Because this bad boy took off in a hurry. Alright, so he's almost done with that. We'll head back over and we're going to do some more of that. Yes, certainly plenty of field left. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's see if I can halfway get us lined up where we need to be. Let's go ahead and get everything turned on. Yeah, there we go. That's not too bad. So we'll lose just a little bit of our yield from that crop destruction, but overall I don't think it's going to be a huge deal. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing turned around without rolling it down the hill. Let's see, can I get this thing? Oh yeah. Yeah, we're in good shape. Certainly not the cleanest way of doing it, but it worked. Yeah, this is starting to get addictive using the wheel and pedals in this game. It's starting to get me to the point where I don't want to use the keyboard anymore. Which is very dangerous for me, given our recent history with the pedals. But for right now anyway, I am enjoying this tremendously. Way more than I thought I probably would. Alright, so as we take a look across, we have gone what? We're about halfway through the field, roughly. So not bad at all. We're going to get this guy... I'll tell you what, let's just go ahead and let the AI take over right there. We'll hire the worker so that we can drive around a little bit before we need to empty this guy again. So if I make the map once again a little bit bigger, one of the things I like about this area is as we drive up through the center of these fields, there's a nice route. So I mean, this gives us a natural way of expanding our farm by simply working our way out, you know, fields 1, 2, and then 3, and then we can work our way 6 and 8, and now 7, which is over here to our left, 6 to our right. I mean, this is just, in my opinion, a very natural way of expanding the farm. So it's very well laid out, in my opinion. So now we're going to head around the other way and make our way back to the main farm area. But yeah, as I was driving around, initially I went this way as I was headed up to the transport company, which will take you off to the right, and then up to the top you can see the transport company just off to the side up there. But there's really no way to reach it that I saw with anything other than a train, so we're not even gonna worry about that. And in fact, we're going to head back to the main farm. But again, a lot of nice area, a lot of nice terrain around here. It's got certainly a roll to it, a rolling terrain feel. but not so bad that it generally causes problems. I wish we had a little bit more room on the back edges of field 1 and 2 around the farm area, because we got that steep decline. But other than that, I'm enjoying the map. Alright, this is good timing. Oh, look, he's headed back down the hill. I'm always wondering if he's going to be able to stop it and go the other direction, or if he's just going to keep going back into that fence. So this is a good time for us to ride up next to him. And we'll actually empty him out with what he has to this point. And how about that? Our message says he has a nearly full grain tank, 80% there. So we'll take all the barley he's got right now, and then once he's done, we'll get started with the reseeding of the land. But for right now, we only have a total of 1 tractor, so we'd need to purchase another tractor if we wanted to get some of these tasks started a little bit quicker. Alright, not sure what happened up here. Why did he turn around before he got to the end? So we'll save that little area, and we'll come back and take care of that a little bit later. But for now, we need to see where to go sell this. So let's come back over to the side, and once again, we know sort of what we're dealing with here. So it looks like, once again, the harbor, actually either one of these would really be fine. I'm not terribly concerned about maximizing our profit. Any one of those is good, but for right now, we'll just go back to the harbor. Alright, so let's actually make our way out this direction. Once again, we'll cut around field 3. And then make our way back out to the road. And we will not be going back over the hills like we did last time coming through there. We will not be headed straight across those. I would just as soon not lose our full tank. Alright, so once again, for now, we'll be headed over to the harbor. In the future, I'm sure there will be plenty of times where we'll be using the bakery. Alright, so field 15 right up here on the right. That is a pretty good sized field. That almost looks like we're getting into the territory that you might could get some of the big bud equipment out there on it. We'll have to keep that in mind. I might want to play around with that just a little bit in the future. Because there's a few of these fields around here that look like... Now, I've never actually used the big bud equipment, did not purchase the DLC, and so it's going to be interesting the first time I try to take one of those big tractors out. But I definitely think we've got a few fields around here where they could be used. In fact, this is the first map I've seen so far where there's really any option to do so. Most of the maps, they would really be more of a hindrance than a help. Alright, so once again, a quick check, and yes, the harbor does give us the most money. Let's try not to run over anything. And I'm going to keep the map up here because I do want to drive over by the bakery. Okay, maybe not. I was sure hoping it was going to give me that indication it was ready, but thankfully we're outside the cab, so I can actually see that we're ready to unload. hop back out onto the street, and I am going to turn right so that we can go over here by the bakery and take a look and just see what we've got. Not many sell points on this map for the generalized products. There's a sugar mill down in the bottom left-hand corner, which I'm sure is only for sugar cane. And then, of course, you got your spinnery and animal dealer, sawmill. Got some things like that, but overall, oh, we got a nearly full grain tank up there. All right, well, he's just going to have to wait a minute because we're going to head over here and see what the bakery looks like. All right, so the spinnery over here to our right. And there's the drop-off point for that, I believe. Now we need to find this bakery and see where the drop-off point is for it. It's not on this side. Okay, that's the main road side, so it's not there. All right, where is this drop-off point? Oh, it's going to be right here, yes. Okay, yeah, we're not going to be wanting to use that for very often because we're going to have to back in there and, yeah, they're going to have to offer us some extremely good prices before I have any interest whatsoever in doing that. Not quite ready to test out the old driving skills just yet. Let's see, we'll go over here to the right because I want to see what we got going here. That is, wow, that is a huge bridge and it is very, very steep. Wow. Yikes. All right, now back to the farm. This is where we need another gear here with our tractor so that we could go even faster, get up some of those speeds like the tractor trailers. Nice bridge over here to the right. Unfortunately, it doesn't really lead anywhere that I can tell. Oh wait, I take that back. It does look like there are a couple of fields over there. As we get a little farther up, there's field 25 over there, and then 26 toward the top right-hand corner of the map. Okay, I stand corrected. There is a reason to cross that bridge. But for right now, I'm sure our combine would greatly appreciate it if we would make our way back to get him emptied out. The storefront does kind of look out of place with where it's located. It's just sort of stuck right out here in no man's land by itself. All right, once again, we're going to head right over here next to field 3. And try to stay off his field. Whoever owns this particular one. Before too long, it will hopefully be us. Oh, look at that. We're going to get into some crop destruction. All right, well, that is my own fault, so we'll just deal with it and move on. So I'm going to try to cut through here as best I can. And there we go. So our combine worker's probably thinking that we can take all the time we want to if we're paying him by the hour. He's probably taking a nice nap in there. But unfortunately for him, he's going to have to get back to work here shortly. Now, the good part is he is almost done. Looks like he's going to have to make one more trip, and that will be it. We'll be done with this particular field. I actually didn't realize he was going to make it quite that far while we were gone. So So with that in mind, let's actually hop back in with him. And we'll let him do his business, get this thing turned around. Easy now, big fella. Easy. Oh yeah, he's going to make it just fine. All right, yeah, he's easily going to have plenty of working width to make this final cut. So with that in mind, we'll hop back in the tractor and prepare to get what's left in his tank. All right, yeah, perfect. This is going to work out really well. So here we are finishing up field number 2. So that means that after the first couple of videos, we have now worked field 1 as well as field 2. Of course, I got a little bit of extra work here to do off camera on field 2. We'll get the cultivator and the seeders started. But for now, it looks like we're done with the harvest on field 2. Thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned as we will continue our gameplay series of Farming Simulator 19.